Hey, Doc. Happy belated Doctor's Day and happy belated Physicians Week. Let me tell you, I did not actually know that there was a Physicians Week because every place that I worked at locums, they never celebrated Physicians Week. It was Doctor's Day. You got like some pizza and maybe some nicer food and a useless piece of branded, like a mug or something like that, and that was it. They actually mixed it in with other quote unquote providers, and it was like Happy Providers Week. So I was not aware that there was a whole week for physicians. I'm very happy to hear that. And it has now passed. It was from March 25th to the 31st, and Doctor's Day was on March 30th. And this podcast is going to be released on the Wednesday after that. So I still want to wish you a happy Doctor's Day and Physicians Week because, we celebrate physicians only here on Stethoscopes and Strollers. And I want to talk about my special gift to you for Doctor's Day. And it is way better than any gift that your employer has given you in the past. It is the gift of AI. Yes, artificial intelligence, one of my favorite things to talk about. And the thing that you're like, oh no, I hate AI. I'm going to change your mind. So get ready because let me tell you, it is the greatest gift since the invention of the internet itself. Yes, that is a bold statement, but it is 100% true. I just want to start off with addressing all of your issues so that we can get it out of the way and we can talk about the actual benefits, right? So you may be thinking, AI is terrible. It's taking away jobs. People are going to suffer. It's really scary. We can't control it. I don't want to be any part of it. But I really think that us as physicians, burying our heads in the sand about this inevitability in the progression of our technological advances as a society is the worst idea. It is just as bad as how the older generation dealt with the rise of mid levels. And as far as I can tell, that definitely did not work out in our favor. Instead of ignoring it, being disgusted by it, we should be embracing it. We should be learning how to use it to its fullest capabilities and getting ahead of the curve because the people that are going to be left behind are the ones who don't know how to use it, don't know how to optimize it. And I don't want you to be one of those people. And besides the fact that it is coming, whether we like it or not, it also can make your life so much easier, Doc. And that is my main reason. That's my goal for you to make this life as easy as possible. You have done enough. So, no matter how you feel about AI, please listen to this episode with an open mind and consider using it in the future. So, the most common one that you may utilize currently and what most physicians currently utilize is going to be as a scribe. And I know there are a lot of organizations and health systems that have integrated it, and it's great, it's helpful, but there is so much more, so much more. So I want you to think about it as your new search engine. So if you're like, I need to Google something, I need to research something, skip Google and go to ChatGPT. I never thought there would be a day where I would say skip Google. Or if you're a weirdo and you use Bing, yes, I am judging you. Usually this is a judgment free space, but if you use Bing, I am judging you. Skip the regular search engine and go to ChatGPT because instead of getting a bunch of results that you still have to click on and sort through or whatever, it's just going to get you the information. It's going to get you the sources and then you can sort from there. Of course, there are mistakes. Of course, you have to double check anything, but that can happen when you Google stuff as well. There's so much fake news and all that stuff, right? So the issues about hallucinations and abstracting and all of that, you can optimize the situation so those things don't happen. I'm going to talk about that in a second. And just like everything else, you still have to trust but verify. So the way that I use AI the most is for my business. So I have a program that helps me edit my podcast. So I don't need to have fancy editing equipment. I can just do it myself, which is what I do. It makes my sound beautiful. AI is the reason that I sound so wonderful in your ear right now. And I use a different program called Claude that's really good with content. So I process my podcast episodes through Claude and repurpose and get social media content, emails, like all sorts of things. It's all my voice, it's all my content, just reworked, right? So anything that you were going to do anyway, run it through AI to make it faster, easier, more efficient. Like if you're going to send that email and you couldn't figure out how to word it because you're really pissed off, but you want to sound professional and tell them, no, I'm not taking that extra call. Type what you want, then run it through AI to make it sound more professional and make sure that you don't lose your job before you want to leave. And so there are so many different ways. I had a pantry full of uncooked food, and I was like, ChatGPT, tell me what I can make with these ingredients. Give me a recipe. I want it to be short. I want it to be healthy. I want it to be XYZ. Boom, done. I want to create a homeschool plan for my son. I want it to be inclusive. I want it to be this, that, and the third. Boom, done. So I hope I have beat this horse dead. You can use it for anything that you can think of and so many other things that you have not thought about yet. I feel like my husband is very good at this. Anything he needs to do while he's growing his business, he searches for an AI solution first. And you know how he searches for it? In ChatGPT. He asks ChatGPT, what AI solutions can I use for this? And then ChatGPT gives it to him. So let's talk about how to use it effectively so that you are not totally disgusted if I have actually convinced you to go and try it. Because that's what happens. You are like, okay, let me see what this AI thing is about. And you go and use it, and you're like, this is trash. Oh my God, I could have done better than this. But there are ways to use it so that that does not happen. And I do this with my clients all the time. It's like a part time job in my coaching business to convince my clients to start using AI. And I have a 100% conversion rate when I tell them they go use it and I get a message saying, like, oh my God, this was amazing. So now I'm sharing that gift with you. So there are a couple things that you are going to do to optimize the use of AI. And in this situation, it's going to be ChatGPT. It's the most ubiquitous, it's the most extensive, tested, all of that. So I'm going to assume that that's what you're using and then you're using the free version because there's even more stuff you can do with the paid version. So, step one, you are going to give ChatGPT a context. You are going to tell it who you want it to be when it is generating the answer for you. So, what that means is if I am writing a job description for a new nanny, let's say, I'm going to say, you are a world class hiring manager for the top nanny agency in the world. You service clients who are high earners, professionals, highly educated. You have been in the business for 30 years and find the absolute best candidates for your clients. So you want to give it a context from which to generate the responses. And you want to make sure that, they're the best. So once you have given that context, then you ask the question, I need a nanny for these hours, for these tasks, for these age children. Write me a job description that will find the best nanny possible. So that's a good question, but it's not a great question. So if you want to up level, you should give as much information about the question as possible. I have written paragraphs, pages as my question. So it's really more context, but instead of giving the AI context to answer you, you are now giving the context for your question. So it's just like an interview. Like if you really went to a nanny agency, they would ask you all these questions about what you're looking for and all of that. You want to tell the program all of the thoughts because just like a regular human, just like your husband, it cannot read your mind. So the more information you give to it, the better the output is going to be. And I have to check what was my longest prompt. I'm going to check right now. We're going to pause. Hold on. Because of my wonderful AI editing program, I'm just going to edit this out. Or maybe I'll leave it in. Let me see. What was my longest prompt? I'm looking at my longest prompt that I used when I was launching the Connected Motherhood experience. It was 2,000 words. It's actually a little bit more than 2,000 words, but it was all of the thoughts that I had about the program, about what I envisioned, everything, the concerns that I had about the marketing and who I wanted in the program, all of it. So for the nanny example, give it issues you've had in the past with previous nannies, concerns that you have about hiring a nanny, like anything. Just talk to it like it is a person, like it is this hiring manager who's going to find you the best nanny ever. Give it all the context and then ask the question, help me write this job description. So then, after you have given it its context, you have given your context and your question, and you get your output, you get the response, and you're like, but this is crap. Or because you've done what I said, you're like, oh, this is pretty good, but this is a little bit weird. This is stated incorrectly. I don't really mean this. Don't just say, well, this was okay. This was good enough. And let me just go edit it. No, no, no. Ease. Okay. Continue the conversation, give it feedback, and have it regenerate based on your feedback. And you can just say, I don't like this. I didn't mean this. This sounds too harsh. Make it sound friendlier. This sounds too soft. Make it sound firm. I actually need them in the night and not during the day. Whatever it is, give it feedback and continue to give feedback until you get what you want. Think about it like this. You ever work with somebody like an MA or something, and you tell them to do something, and they come back and it's like, this isn't what I asked for. So you give them more feedback, and it's like, this is what I asked for. And then you start to feel bad, so you stop giving feedback. You start to get annoyed, so you stop giving feedback, and you just end up doing it yourself. This is the exact opposite. It is the most receptive with the least amount of attitude. It has no feelings. You just keep demanding and it keeps giving, right? It is your best friend who knows everything about everything. And oh yeah, also has access to the internet. What more could you want? And so if you use these steps, you give it the context for who it is, set the stage, you give it your context, ask the question, and then you give feedback, you are going to already be ahead of the game. You are on your way to making your life easier. And let me tell you, this is just level one. So let me know if y'all want more episodes about how to utilize AI and how to get the best output. Let me know. This is my jam. But for right now, I don't want to overwhelm you. So do these steps the next time you have to look up anything, you have to research anything, you have to send any email, you have to do whatever. And then let me know. Email me, hello@drtoyacoaching.com. Send me a DM because I want to know how this has changed your life. It is one of the greatest pleasures when my clients message and I was like, oh my God, you saved my life. I can't believe I wasn't using it. That's what I hear the most. I can't believe I wasn't doing this before. You deserve ease, Doc. I know you've heard me say it multiple times before, but I will say it again. I am here to make your life easier. Right? That is why I coach physician moms in the early years of motherhood, because we have not taken the easy way out in any situation. We chose to become physicians and then we chose to become mothers. There is no easy way. Now it is time. You deserve some ease and a shortcut. You do not have to figure it out on your own. Use the AI. And it's the same with your life, with medicine, with motherhood. You do not have to figure it out on your own. This is why I do what I do. You do not have to struggle and push through until some later time when the kids are older, when things are quote unquote easier. You can do it now. You can enjoy motherhood now. You can advance your career now. You can start that business now. You can go part time to pursue your passion now. You can communicate better with your husband now. You could figure out all of these things on your own. You have already proven you can do hard things, but it will be faster, easier, more enjoyable with the help of a coach and with the help of AI. So, schedule a free coaching session with me if you are ready to fast track your way to joy in medicine and in motherhood. If you are enjoying the podcast, if you're like, oh my gosh, this AI thing saved my life, I'm so glad I listened to this podcast, then share the episode. Then rate it on Apple Podcasts. Leave a review saying, this is the best podcast ever. Leave a 5-star rating and share it with another physician mom who needs AI in her life, who is scared of it, who is just like, there's no way, I refuse. I refuse to be a part of it. Share it with her because we definitely need to get on board. If for the only reason that we deserve the ease that comes with this special gift, right? So happy Doctor's Day. You are special. You are the best. And I will see you on the next episode of Stethoscopes and Strollers.